Maybe there's something I can do to help you. But again, it all begins with having a good idea. Okay, so that's the hard part. I said at the beginning, my first slide, I'm not here to give you the good idea, but I'm here to help you think of how to think of how to get a good idea. Diba? So you have to think it through. A lot of nice, I have a lot of friends that have started making games, and then when they thought it through and they realized, baduy pala ng game na to. They have a nice start, but diba, like any story, you have a start, you've got a middle, you've got an end. Sometimes it doesn't end very well, or they don't know how to end the game, or whatever, how to make it win. It's not that simple. Everything, even mababaw games, have a logic to them. Okay, just think of that. I'm done. I didn't do the 1 hour, but I'm done. Okay, any questions before I leave here? Okay, so I hope I've inspired you a little bit. Okay, even a little bit, I'm happy with that. Okay, remember, my objective is to give you a reality check. If you're here, if you want to be a successful developer, you could either be a outsourced code monkey for someone else's ideas, or you can do your own ideas. But to do that, you really have to think it through. And hopefully, so if you join this game development contest, you better have a really good game in mind, which is not Dab Ugly. Okay, thank you very much. Yes. Notes.
Yes.
Gee, I have not thought of that. I will provide the.
We will give them.
I'll give it to Microsoft.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jojo. Our second speaker is the President of International Game Developers Association, Manila chapter, and is also the co-founder of Inkstone. Please welcome Mr. Paul Gadi.
Dali lang sa tato.
Nakatulog siguro yun.
Sorry. Standby. Okay, so good morning everyone. Thank you for being here on a Saturday and on a rainy day. So I'm Paul Gadi. I'm co-founder of Inkstone Inc. I'll do a more thorough introduction, but I guess I want to know you guys muna pala. Who here are students? A raise of hands. Meron ba? Students. Developers. Sinong developers? Alright. Game developers, meron. Wala. So at least okay. Gusto ko mag-convert ng mga game developers. Entrepreneurs, meron. Wala din. Sige, so okay yung top lead Jojo, I guess. Because my advocacy is very similar. Medyo, as part of IGDA, we want people to make games as part of their own company, as part of their own as part of their own company, rather than making games for outsource. So today I'll be talking about game development. I was supposed to talk about game development opportunities, but I think we have that covered. So I'll be talking about my experience in making games. So if you're gonna make your own games, you're gonna start up your own companies, you'll see the challenges I've gone through and some other ideas that I can provide. And also I'll be talking about IGDA Manila and what we're doing to help out the industry and how people can get involved. Okay, so favorite picture ko yan kung sa entrepreneur, kaya nilalagay ko sa lahat ng mga presentation ko. So I'm the co-founder of Inkstone Inc. I've been making games since 9 years. So I started making games as a content engineer in PLDT, making Java games. Sa mga lumang phones, yung mga 3650, yung weird, yung mga 7650 na slider. I was a game designer for CSP Mobile, making level maps, making game designs. I was CTO of Anino Games. So, ang dami kong companies before. Practice director of G2IX. And before I co-founded Inkstone, I was lead producer in Gameloft. So Gameloft has an office here and we make games for iPad, iPhone, PS, PSP. And I'm also currently the chairman of IGDA Manila. So IGDA is the International Game Developers Association Manila chapter. So it's a community of developers for developers. And what we want to do is we want to help out the local industry become bigger than what it is currently. So entrepreneurship is one of the things that can help us out. So that's one of our main thrusts for this year. So yeah, and we also have partnerships with Academe, with local companies as well, and other corporations. Okay, so for today, my agenda will be divided into two parts. The first part will be my discussion on games and how to make them. And then the next part will be on IGDA Manila initiatives. So, does anyone know this screenshot? Is anyone familiar with this game? It's it's Game Dev Story. Yung name ng game. It's a game about game development. It's on iPhone and Android. So I have a video here I can show you. Yeah, Game Dev Story. So if you want to make games, just play this game. Yun na, okay na. Dalawa lang. Pero it's a really good example of how you make games. So there's a team. So yan, on fire daw siya. Tapos it has a nice way of showing how companies get started. Kasi sa simula you don't have the money to create your own games. So you work for contract. You work as a contractor for other companies, not on your own games. Because eventually you'll make games for mga other consoles. Yeah, so tapos marami rin siyang mga concepts na kinuha niya talaga from making games. If you want to make games kasi kunwari for Nintendo DSi, kailangan mo bumili ng license nun. So yan, kailangan mo bayad. So initially wala kang pera kaya magka-contract work ka muna. So yan. Yeah, kamali ka. Tapos eventually yan, lalaki na. Eventually gagawa kayo ng sarili niyong console. Tapos meron mga game conferences, may mga reviews ng game mo. So, mag-hire ka ng mga tao. So, tapos ko na yan, ang daming sales ng game ko. So, pipili ka ng genre ng game mo pag mag-start ka. So, yung sa akin, parang motion, ninja game. Parang pipili ka ng dalawang genres. Motion, ninja, samurai, musical, ganyan. So, yeah, so check it out. It's a fairly accurate, parang yung framework of game development. Example of the framework of game development. So, pero dyan yung mga tao mo hindi nag-quit kaya hindi siya accurate. Pero check it out. It's a game dev story sa iPhone tsaka sa Android. So yun, pero hindi nga ganun kasimple actually yung games. There are a lot of nuances, like how do you monetize a game, how do you market the game. So yun yung try ko discuss today. By going through each of the games I've made, not all of them, pero what you can pick up from the games I've made. So when I was in PLDT, we made several mini games, several games for the Java platform, and for the Symbian platform as well. Kasi nung lumabas yung games ng uso yung Nokia, so yung games namin para sa Nokia. And yung carriers nun, they're looking for a lot of content dun sa phones nila. They give you a rev share for the games you create. So this is one of the games we created for the Nokia 600, which is yung Anita Tercialis one, this one here. So yung game na yan, we made it specifically for the Java MIDP2 platform. Kasi dati MIDP1, mas konti yung mga game features niya versus MIDP2. Tapos Nokia wanted more content for their games, so we made one. Tapos nanalo siya sa contest sa Forum Nokia Series 60 Challenge, Singapore. So it's a game, parang idea niya, yung idea niya is there are several bosses, parang Mega Man. Kinakalaban mo yung maraming boss, tapos you get their skills when you beat them. Tapos each boss is a level that you can download. So yun, so 5 levels siya, 5 downloads. Tapos the other game is this one below, a Stick Fighter. A Stick Fighter. So, tapos ano, ginagaya namin siyempre Street Fighter. Tapos marami yung characters, merong magbabalot, carpintero, tapos sabongero, yan. Pag nagpa-fireball siya, lalabas manok sa bongero. So, pero hindi siya masyado kumita. So yung learnings namin while making those games, one is, you can make games in the Philippines. Kasi before, when I was playing games sa NES, Sega Genesis, Super Famicom, parang wala man tong games made in the Philippines. Tsaka mostly made in Japan yung nakita nyo. Pero with the mobile platform na lumabas in Java, with the carriers looking for content, nagkaroon ng avenue to make games. So, meron ba ditong taga-Smart or Globe? Wala. So, yan. Isang learning din kasi namin doon. Yung rev share nga lang ng mga carriers is maliit compared sa iPhone kunwari today. Tsaka sa Windows Phone din yata. Mas favorable na yun. Pero dati since yun lang yung avenue mo to monetize your game, talagang they're getting a lot from you. It's 70-30. 70 for them, it's 30 for you. So, hindi ganun ka okay yung share. So, anyone can start creating a game. But finishing it is another matter entirely. So, yan yung tingin kong skill that all developers should take note of. You can start your game if you have an idea. Pero making a game is a challenge. You have to really strive to finish it. So pag may bugs, di pa tapos yun. Pag may kulang pang levels, di pa tapos yun. Ngayon medyo nagbabago na yung development paradigm. Pero I think important pa rin yung part niya. And monetizing it as well. As I mentioned, hindi masyado kumita yung game. Kasi bili ba niyan kunwari sa ibang countries. So hindi namin inisip yan. We're just making games for ourselves. Sabi nga ni Jojo kanina. Okay, so sa content dev pala, parang how that finished is the company decided not to make games because we weren't monetizing it well. Just to go into mobile wallpapers na lang. So sabi ko, wallpapers, na ba yan, boring? So malis lang. So nung umalis ako, invite ako ni Niel. Niel is the founder of Anino. So we started a new company called Anino Mobile. So this one naman is, he's part of the co-founders, pero we have several partners. And we were making games for Java pa rin. Kasi it was the platform that was available at the time. So